These videos that I do have always been based on numbers put out by the Barrie District Association of Realtors, BDAR, but June is going to be the last month that BDAR puts out these numbers. The Barrie Real Estate Board has merged with the Toronto Real Estate Board, so in the future I'll be using TREB numbers, and they'll probably look a little different. Still great information though. The Bank of Canada keeps raising interest rates to try and cool inflation, but it hasn't seemed to have affected the housing market too much. They raised interest rates again another 1/4 percentage point just a week or so ago. When I think we're going to notice this is when all the people who bought 2 or 3 years ago and prices were on the way up and interest rates were at rock bottom, like 2.5% for 5-year rate, go to renew. That's when we're going to notice this. Say you got a $400,000 mortgage 2 years ago and the interest rate was around 2%. Your payment would have been about $1,700 a month. When you go to renew that mortgage in 3 years, your monthly payment is going up. Now, we don't know where rate's going to be in 3 years, so let's just go with what a 5-year rate is today, around 5.75%. Based on the amount you have to renew after your first 5-year term, with mortgage paydown is going to be around $335,000. Your new payment is going to be over $2,300 a month. That's a jump of over $600 a month. Times 12 months, that's $7,200 a year. You can do a lot with that kind of money. Or rather, people will have to give up a lot when the time comes. Who knows where interest rates are going to be in a few years? There's all kinds of predictions out there. It just depends on who you listen to. Work out your own numbers, but I think it'll probably be best to just run your low interest rate right to the end of your term. We seem to have reached the point where prices have stopped falling year over year. Most of these numbers are within a few percentage points of last year's statistics. We are not seeing the big drops of 15 and 20% from last year, and some of these numbers are actually up year over year. The average price for a residential property within the city of Barrie was same as it was in June last year, $787,500, and sales volume is up by 24%. In Simcoe County alone, excluding the city of Barrie, prices were up 2.8% to $871,600. Sales volume is up 30%, 474 sold. The all-important average price of a detached property in Barrie was $870,587, down just 0.7% from last year, less than 1% from last year. 127 detached properties were sold, up 27% from last year. Just for reference, in November last year, 2022, the average price of a detached house was $768,000. Condominiums within the city of Barrie were down more than all other segments. They were down 5.5% to $577,323, with sales volume up 21% to 26 units sold. In all of Simcoe County, all residential properties, they were up 2.1%, the average price of $847,000, and sales volume was up significantly to 670 units. And finally, we have Toronto. Average price for all residential properties is up 3.2% to $1,182,000. That's a pretty impressive increase considering the market we've had for the past 18 months. It's like a roller coaster. And offers were accepted on almost 7,500 homes. That's an increase of 16.5%. So in spite of the Bank of Canada raising interest rates a whole bunch of times in the past 18 months or so, the real estate market in Barrie and most of Ontario continues to climb back up. Be sure to come back next month and watch my video with the new statistics from the Toronto Real Estate Board.